Good morning everyone. My name is Yuvraj Joshi and I am taking a lab session PCS 693 Web Development. Today we will learn how to make forms with HTML. As in front of a screen there are two files open. One is form.html in the browser. Another one is its notepad version. So we are going to create forms with HTML. Forms are very important as you can create the login forms or sign in forms or data entry forms. So as you can see that we are writing for the form tags, we have to create two paired tags, that is of forms, and form tags have some attributes, that is name. Now for the name, what we will write is, you have to learn that when we are giving any set of values to the form, in the name we can write for the prefix, that is frm, or if we are giving radio box, then we will write rdb, or if we are giving text box, then we will write txt. Like here I am giving frm login, or I can say FRM data entry. You can see the camel case notation in here. For the name, you can see this is the value of the attribute name for the form tag. Now coming up, I will write. Now why I am using action? Action would be the page where it would be where the form, whenever you are filling any form, so whenever you are clicking submit, then it would be going to that same page. Like now here I am creating another html file with similar html structure with html tag opening, then writing head in it, head closed, and inside the head I will give the title, then title closed. Now I will start the body. Inside the body I will write example page. So here the action will take our form. Whenever we fill the form, the action will take us to here. So like uh, what this action do, action attribute, that it takes us to the server side file whenever we fill any form. So in here with the action I am giving example.html. Always remember that you have to give something in the action, so your form, whenever your forms gets filled, so you will be get redirected to here. So these are the two attributes of the form. Now another form attribute is method. So when I submit the form, all the data in the form will get to this file here, that is example.html. So all the data in the form will get processed in example.html. Like we can say that example.html can have some validation code for this form. So example.html can be any server side file, that can be ASP.NET file, PHP file, that can process your form data. Whenever you submit the form, then your data is going to get redirected to the example.html by two methods. That is that one will be get and post method. Both of the methods have different limitations, so I will be discussing it afterwards. So here I am giving get method. So as you can see that I am giving the heading for the form. It would be the name of the form given above, that is the data entry form in the h1 tag. And you know that h1 tag is the block level tag, so data entry form here will take the entire width of the page. And the paragraph tag I'm using to give here is username, and it will be displayed below the data entry form, because as the data entry form is taking the entire width of the page. So inside, after the paragraph username, I am giving input controls. So input control is an unpaired text, and I am giving the type equals to text. That would be for the text box. And the most important is the name. It is the identifier through which you can access your data in the form. So I am writing txt username, txt for the text, frm for the form, and I am giving the id. So here are two ways to access your code of the form, that is name and using id. Okay, as you can see that the form has been displayed, and the text box is also there, where I will fill the entry, or the user will fill the entry. So I am also giving the value. If I am giving the value Yuvraj, so file save, go to browser. Yes, you can see the value is given here Yuvraj. So I don't want this value right now because I have to make a form. So I will keep this value empty. So as you can see that the Yuvraj is disappeared. Then we have some more attributes like the placeholder. So what the placeholder will do is it will take the place of empty text box, like enter your name. You will see what it will do. File save, go to browser, refresh. See, you must have known how the forms are there. You have filled so many forms. There are sometimes there is written this enter your name. So this is what a placeholder does. Now another attribute that I will use is max length. So max length will fix the size of the alphabets you will enter in this text box. That is like if I write Yuvraj, Joshi, Joshi, and then I'm typing, but it is not writing there. So you can see that I have given max length of 12. So it will fill only 12 characters inside that. And another one is in the attribute that is disabled. If I save and refresh, so the text box will be like disabled. It won't write anything in that disabled box. So here what we learned in the input controls are the most important part of any form, where you have given the name that you have given the type, that is text, for the text box. Name, that is text, txt dot username dot sorry txt username and it is coming in the camel case notation. Then id, then value, then placeholder, then max length. I will be deleting this placeholder and max length, so it would be easy for you guys to learn first. So I will save, refresh, and all the things are disappeared. Now this is the primary form structure. And going into the next line, I will use break tag. Now in the paragraph, I am giving password,